Even if you find a woman who's got it all, she's amazing in every single way. Big deal. You're amazing in every single way. You're just always saying to yourself that the girl that you're with, that you're being really shy with or being very needy with, is better than you, and you can't lose her, when it has to be flipped.
I'm really excited today because today we have Tripp Kramer from Tripp Advice. It's an honor to have you on, Tripp.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Long time coming. Glad we can make it work.
Do you tell guys to own their shyness, like to actually say they're shy and to be like, cool with being shy? Because I found that works really well. Like if a guy just says, look, I'm really shy, or I'm really nervous, but I just wanted to meet you, that makes the women melt.
That's interesting. Yeah, right. It's like you say that to a girl, you're not going to get that harsh rejection, So that's good. I've never told a guy to do that. I would just be a little wary of it, only because I don't want them to it would be something I would like, if they were to do that, I'd want them to do that like a few times just to get over it, but not too much. I wouldn't want them to get used to it. That's a good way of just owning it a little bit. And also, you never know. I mean, that could easily get you a number, I mean, the thing is, what's funny is it's almost like if you say that, you're not shy. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm just thinking about it, like how it would go down. It's like, you might say that, but the girl's going to be like in their head, like, he's not shy. He came up to me.
It's like the definition of courage, because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling fear, but acting despite the fear. So when you say, hey, I'm shy, or I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but I had to come meet you, it's basically saying I'm courageous without actually saying I'm courageous.
True. Which is exactly what women are looking for.
It's a very attractive quality, of course. They want to feel safe, and a courageous man makes them feel safe.
That's a bigger compliment than anything that you're going to say about her, is that I stepped through this fear just to come meet you. It communicates so many different things, and the reason why it works is because it's vulnerable, it's real. Every other guy, most guys think, like you're saying, Matt, courage and confidence are completely absent of any kind of emotionality at all. The problem is like when you teach a student that, and I've seen this, and I saw this in myself when I learned this, is like you go up and you're like, I'm fucking scared right now, but I had to come and meet you. Like, look at you, right? And then you get this positive reaction, then guys are going and they're using it over and over again when they're not actually feeling it, which is kind of what you were alluding to, Tripp, as a line. But the only reason it works is because you're authentically feeling that. So definitely, I agree with you not to stick to that too much, but when you're in interactions or on dates, again, guys think they have to be the most grounded, confident alpha guy who's so tapped into his sexuality. Even when you're escalating, you can still own that I'm fucking nervous, but I want to, this is a little more advanced, but I want to fuck your brains out. You really turn me on. But there's all this nervous energies over it, right? Like that works because that's what you're feeling in the moment, and because she's going to trust you more. She sees this is an honest guy. I can feel that he's nervous and he's not afraid to actually admit that, because they know what the fuck is going on inside. Like they can sense everything that we're feeling, and when you're incongruent with your communication, you're feeling, and you're trying, there's all this nervous energy, but you're like, I'm so cool. they don't trust you, and they lose attraction for you. So I find that a lot of the stuff I've seen from the past is like, wow, that was some crazy daytime lightning. It's Cancun for you.
That's Cancun for you.
We get this, and I had certainly had this in the beginning, where I have to feel a certain way, or else there's no way I'm going to get her to like me or get her attracted or whatever. When I really discovered that accepting myself moment to moment and owning it confidently no matter what was really what really changed everything for me, like in significant amounts.
I think another thing too, kind of working off of that, is the idea of putting women on a pedestal, is a lot of this shyness comes from, to what I said earlier, the comparison of yourself to other people. So you see a pretty girl and you immediately assign her a value, and whatever you assign her, you're basically saying that her value is higher than yours. That's what you're thinking. That's your mindset. This girl's better than me. because she's or more valuable than me because she's pretty. And this is something guys are just going to have to learn as they go, but I can just give you the shortcut by letting you know, like, it's really, when you date a lot of women, when you sleep with women, you start to see that beauty is like not all it's cut out to be, you know? I mean, just because they're pretty, okay, so a lot of other guys want them. Big deal. There's a million other beautiful women out there. That's not a way to put them on a pedestal. There's so much, I mean, you should never do it. Even if you find a woman who's got it all, she's amazing in every single way. Big deal. You're amazing in every single way. You're just always saying to yourself that the girl that you're with, that you're being really shy with or being very needy with, is better than you, and you can't lose her, when it has to be flipped. And so a lot of guys don't see themselves as valuable or a catch. And that's one of the things that you have to be working on simultaneously through this process. I think if you work on that and then wait to approach, it's still going to be hard to approach. But I think that you have to be working on your self-confidence and the way that you see yourself. Some of that's going to be built through getting, you know, doing approaches and getting numbers and getting laid. Like, you will start to see like, oh, wow, you know, yeah, like you have a little proof there, but that's not strong enough because you're always going to be seeking that out and looking for that. So a lot of it has to come in with here, right? So knowing to yourself, like truly knowing, not like faking it till you make it, that you're an awesome guy. And so if you're a guy who's not working on his path, you're not doing anything with your career, you don't have any hobbies, you don't have a lot of good friends, like your life kind of sucks, you're screwed. Like it's your self-esteem is just going to be down the hatch. You got to have things going on in your life and doing things that you enjoy. And it doesn't matter what those things are, or other things that you're good at, or goals that you're working on that will help build self-esteem. And that is scientifically proven to do so also, like having goals, doing things in your life, having a good friend group around you, being social, all that stuff builds your self-esteem. And when you start to do that and you start to really, truly live an awesome life that keeps you busy in a good way, and you know that you're like, hey, like I love my life. Like you wake up every day, or most days at least, excited. Then when you meet a woman, you're going to start thinking the opposite. Like, is this woman good enough for me? Because my life's already great. Why would I have a woman in there that's not awesome in all the ways? So you start to interview her versus the other way where you think that you're on an interview. Okay, there's the pretty girl. I got to do all the things right and impress her and use all the things so she sees that I'm awesome and then she'll accept me. That's the wrong way of thinking. You got to reverse that, or you got to flip that. So you're on the other end of things. And that's how dating should become and approaching should come. It all has to be on that level.
So basically, you can't just work on this part of your life and learn a few pickup lines and fake routines to mask all of the, lack of a cool life. You got to actually work on this part of your life and go approach women, but also work on the other parts of your life as well.
Everything.
Yeah. It's going to be an uphill battle. It's like, you can do it. You can learn all this stuff and you can get the approaches down and get laid and all that stuff and get girlfriends, but it's going to suck because you're going to eventually find a girl that you really like. And you're going to be so needy, it's going to be insane. And then you're going to lose her. And then you're going to go, and it's going to be cyclical. You're going to just go through that time and time again because this stuff works and you can kind of fake it till you make it, build a little bit of confidence and get results. But in a long-term play, your life's going to be hell because you're going to always be seeking the validation from the approach, from the lay, from the girlfriend. And that's what's going to make you feel good all the time. And it's a really terrible way to live. Terrible way to live.
So Tripp, love the content. This was really great stuff. Where can guys learn more about you or connect with you to work with you?
Yeah, well, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can check out my podcast called How to Talk to Girls, which is on iTunes and Stitcher and SoundCloud and everywhere that podcasts are hosted. So you can check that out if you want to hear some of more of my content. If you're just kind of ready to dive in and you want to learn more of my material from me, you can always check out coaching. Go to trippbytripp.com. Or if you're just like, I just want to learn more, but not necessarily do coaching yet, just go to trippadvice.com and everything is there. Links to my podcast, my YouTube channel, and anything that you need. So there you go.
And we'll put all the links down below in the description. Thanks so much, Tripp. It's been an honor. It was a pleasure. Really enjoyed having you.